All right, Neville. Now listen, you and I talk mostly about immigration.
Yes.
After how many years in the Immigration Service of the United States government?
26 and a half as a federal agent and 3 years as a police officer before that.
Okay, so you provided service to the communities in which you live for almost 30 years, and here you are now coming in as a troublemaking citizen saying you want to fight this traffic ticket. For crying out loud, how about if you just simply don't speed?
No, well, first of all, I've never been arrested or charged with anything in my life. I've never had a traffic ticket before coming to the city of Scottsdale, and I'm not fighting a traffic ticket. I already did that once, and they admitted that it was a complete fraud.
Who they?
The American Traffic Solutions in the city of Scottsdale. This ticket was issued, and they admitted this and 598 were fraudulently issued. So, and I lost a lot of money based on that.
Can we back up to the fraudulently? See, I mean, that's a word that catches my attention.
Yes.
Scottsdale Police, Scottsdale City Government,
yes,
fraudulently issued tickets. How?
Well, I don't know how they did it because I don't know the way they operate.
But you knew that it was fraud.
Yes, because I was dragged into court, and when I got to court, the police officer said we need to throw this out along with 500 others because the traffic company issued the tickets erroneously. Now, they have my picture. They claim I was speeding. I know I wasn't speeding. That's why I pled not guilty. But that's not what this is about.
Okay, what is it about?
This is about in June of last year, after getting burned with this ticket and having to go into court for no reason, I was flashed on Shea Boulevard by a group of men sitting behind a van. I believe they were collecting information for the traffic company. I got out. I asked them what they were doing. They refused to give me any information, so I called the police. And the police arrived, and within a minute or two after arriving, they arrested me and put me in jail, towed my vehicle, seized my gun out of the car, which was parked a block away, and put the gun into evidence. And I tried to talk to the city of Scottsdale and say this was erroneous, and they proceeded to prosecute me and convict me of fighting. Now, I just want you to listen to one piece of testimony from the traffic company, and it says, "And I didn't cause any physical violence or fighting, did I?" That was my question to the fellow who was accusing me. And he said to me, "No, sir. I was convicted, Pat, of what does it say there? Fighting." Okay. That's black and white evidence. I didn't do what they convicted me of.
Well, it also seems as if it was kind of stupid on the part of the courts.
Well, I think it goes beyond stupid. I think it's vindictive because what's happened is, and this was told to me by the attorney.
I'm hearing this for the first time. I want to tell everybody. I'm hearing this for the first time. Laura told me, hey, our friend Neville Cramer has this story to tell. And I said, well, good. Immigration is always in the news. And she said, no, it's not about immigration. It's about being picked up with the photo cams. And you use the word corruption.
Absolutely, because the attorney for the traffic company told me you'd better plead guilty because we tell the city of Scottsdale what to do and they do it, and you will be found guilty. And as I showed you, I was. It goes beyond that. Now, coming back into the United States through Customs and Border Protection, I am stopped every single time, taken to secondary, and advised that I have to explain to the U.S. government, okay, why I committed a serious criminal violent violation in the city of Scottsdale.
Tell everybody why you're going back and forth through Customs.
I do anti-terrorism training abroad for the United States government. So now I'm confronted with this situation, and I asked the people with Customs and Border Protection, and they said, you will be stopped every single time you come into the United States.
Okay, now are we talking about one photo cam company, one police department only? Are we talking about just the entire industry? Is it spread over all of the people who were involved with these traffic control cameras?
No, I'm talking about the Scottsdale Police Department, and I'm talking about American Traffic Solutions. I don't know about the others.
American Traffic Solutions is one of the photo cam companies, right?
They operate the system in the city of Scottsdale.
Okay, I've been stopped, and I was over the speed limit, and so I paid my ticket. Are you suggesting that beyond the fact that these extreme measures allegedly were used, I say allegedly because you're the only one who's telling us that, that you were not going over the speed limit?
No, I was not. I was not in the first ticket. That's why they threw it out. And I've been flashed, and I didn't get the ticket, but I was not going over the speed limit. You have to understand that this company, or these companies that are involved in this, are for the purpose of making money. We're in a budget deficit. They don't care if they take your constitutional rights and flush them. That's what this is all about. This is about making money. And they do, as the attorney told me, they tell the city what to do in the situation with Scottsdale, and the city does it. They will convict you of a crime you didn't commit. They will take your money because they're in a budget deficit, and that's where we're at with this.
Were you against speed control cameras to begin with, wherever they were?
Yes, because I don't believe that you should be giving somebody a ticket simply by taking a picture of them. Here's the one that they initially had of me. There's my picture. There's my license plate. They can create this ticket from any street in the United States if they want to.
What about security cameras in convenience restaurants, security cameras in department stores? They're everywhere.
Well, but the restaurants are not sending me a ticket for $225. That I don't know where it came from or why it was. You know, they're not out there making money. That's for security. This isn't for security. This is for making money.
All right, and if you're breaking the law, you say you didn't, but if you're going over the speed limit, and some people have been going over the speed limit to the degree that they're talking about 110, 115, 120 miles an hour, particularly on 101, we're talking about putting bad guys away and not using police to sit on the side of the road to try to catch them.
Are you sure of that? Do you think that if you're the head judge of the city of Scottsdale and you do 75 and a 50 that you're going to get a ticket from the photo radar? You're not. They're going to throw it out. They're going to throw it out for their buddies. They're going to throw it out for the city council.
Now, you're talking about the city of Scottsdale. I'm talking about the use of photo cams anywhere.
Well, there's two types of photo cams. Red light cameras, I don't know that much about them. Speed cameras, I'm adamantly opposed to. If you're speeding and a police officer catches you either by clocking you or using radar, and he is going to testify that he ran that machinery, yes, I think you should get a ticket and be able to defend yourself against that police officer. To defend yourself against some camera that's flashing in the middle of nowhere with no one there to see whether it's accurate or not is absolutely an open violation of our constitutional rights.
So you question the accuracy of the machinery?
Absolutely.
And even if it was accurate, would it still be a violation of the Constitution?
Yes. I don't care whether it's accurate or not. I just don't believe in the system and the way that it operates, that you have the right to meet your accuser. A camera is not your accuser. If your camera is your accuser, okay, where are we going with this?
But the Scottsdale police also has the right to meet its accuser. So have you sued them? See, to me, the argument about the photo cam thing, that's going to be one of those things between you and me. I happen to think it saves lives. I think that it saves accidents and money, and that there's a lot of benefit to be gained, obviously, if they're working accurately. But if you're talking about calling a major police department, a major law enforcement arm here in the Valley, like the Scottsdale Police Department, corrupt, well, that's a totally different kind of a thing. So have you faced them then? Have you been their accuser? And have you sued them?
Well, you can't sue them. This is why I was convicted. Because if you're convicted of the crime, you have no lawsuit. And this is why the photo radar company and the police department, who arrested me without probable cause, want to make certain that I am convicted of this, of fighting.
So is it still going on?
Well, it's under appeal, but that's if it goes back to the city of Scottsdale, they're going to find me guilty no matter what, because the photo radar company is telling them you must find this guy guilty. It's absolutely necessary, otherwise he'll have a valid lawsuit against us for violation of his
Okay,
constitutional
just a
rights.
moment. Once again, you have been in the service of the United States government for a long time, and I know how you feel about the Constitution. We've talked about immigration and a number of subjects on so many occasions. Are you telling me that you helplessly are giving up in this case? Your attorney says, that's it, I'm sorry, I surrender, I give up, I can't do anything when it comes to the Scottsdale Police Department, and it's alleged corruption?
Yes. If I lose the appeal and then subsequently get convicted again and again in the city of Scottsdale, you don't have any choice legally, Pat. You ask for a jury trial, they say you don't have the right to a jury trial. Well, the Constitution says I do, but the city of Scottsdale says I don't. So this is what you're faced with. They are going to find people guilty if you complain about photo radar, because this is making millions of dollars for them.
What does your attorney tell you?
The attorney says he's going to do the best he can to fight to get the case overturned on appeal. But I'm talking about the broader issue, and the broader issue is the power that this photo radar company has on city officials in this community.
And who is it that said that they tell the city of Scottsdale what to do?
The attorney for American Traffic Solutions.
Do you have it on record?
No, I don't have a tape of it, no.
Do you have any of the conversations at all recorded?
Yes, I have all of the tapes from the police department. Yeah. Absolutely.
Will you continue to let us know what goes on?
Oh, I'd love to let the public listen to the tapes.
But at the same time, by the way, we also are inviting the city of Scottsdale, the mayor, chief of police, anybody that you want to have represent you, to come down. And you can come down with Neville. You can come down alone. You're welcome here because this is AZTV, and that's the way we work.
Great.
I thank you so much for being here. I thank you.
Thanks, Pat.
And if it doesn't go well, I promise you we will send brownies.
Yeah, thanks very much.
This is Pat McMahon, the McMahon Group. Stand by.